Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new Cambodian folk horror film, Tenement. And this film is from directors Soriya and Rasotithep Neth. And this film focuses on the story of Soriya, played by Thanet Thorne, who is married to a Japanese man who winds up coming back to Cambodia in quest to find herself after her mother's death. There she finds family she'd never known in an old building full of dark secrets. And this film is, does a really fine job of setting up a sense of mystery. And you get a lot of that the film is about an hour and 20 odd minutes. And you have this setup where it sets up this couple, and they're a pretty normal couple dealing with trauma. They're not exactly the most layered or complex characters. I think husband's a little bit aloof to all these strange things going on and not quite sure exactly what he's getting himself into, getting into this whole situation. And, it has some pretty standard elements there. I do think that Thorne does a really fine job of bringing this character to life. But one of the more interesting elements is this taxi driver, oddly, who is very charismatic, and he's in a couple of scenes and really stands out. And there's a great, when there's like this really eerie, creepy kind of thing, and all the locals know about it, and people come in, and you have that one person being like, "Are you sure you want to go there?" That's this taxi driver, and he really works well for the story. And then we get here, and there's strange things. Things seem a little off. And then how the horror really goes in, they go all out in terms of like cinematography. Jeremiah Overman is the cinematographer, and the composer Jean-Charles Bastien, and they really the music is big and eerie. The camera movements are big and bold and creepy. There's at one point where we're going full camera spinning tilt of some eerie imagery and getting completely turned upside down. And there's a lot of good camera work. Some of the horror-ish effects might be a little campy, a little lo-fi, but I think it still works in terms of building up the creepiness here. There's just a lot of unfocused narrative elements. This kind of just drops you into this place. You set up these two characters, they drop you into this place, and you're kind of just well, creepy things happen for the next hour, and then it has one of those really trying to pull the rug out from under you kind of endings where it's just are they ever going to get out of this place? And they leave you with some creepy imagery that is just maybe this didn't work out for them in this whole situation. And there's not a lot of exploration that feels it has any richness or depth to what's really going on here. And it kind of just leaves you with this strange, eerie, atmospheric horror elements that just linger with you throughout the film. And I think Chia and Rasotithep Neth, I think both of them do a fine job of getting that atmosphere and those tense moments out there. But it doesn't add up to a ton, but it still doesn't. It's not one of those types of films where the twists completely ruins the movie for you, and it might not have a whole lot of substance. It has a lot of nondescript, Asian folk horror elements thrown in there, but at the end of the day, it's still creepy as heck for a little over 80 minutes. So if you're in for that, scratches that itch for sure. But those are my thoughts on Tenement. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.